came for war. I came to win, to settle the score. I came for the throne, to take it all. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. So bring the pain, then bring some more. I came to fight, I came for war.
The ninth wonder of the world tonight, but don't get it twisted, the standard travels. Welcome in everyone to Cain Middle School, where tonight the Highland Park Scots take on Rockwall. Cade, this is one of those games where you expect for the Scots to come right out immediately, taking care of business, because one thing you know about Rockwall, here's the deal. They got everything to prove and nothing to lose.
That's exactly right, Heckman. They got a good couple of great stars on their team, and an attackman in Poe and a defenseman in Acton. So keep an eye on those guys tonight. But you're right. We've said it all year. Take care of the things you're supposed to take care of. Win the matchups you're supposed to win. Bring your discipline and your A game to every game, no matter the opponent. Same thing goes tonight here in Rockwall as we take a look at the Brooker Law starting lineup. At attack tonight, the usuals, James Allen, Connor McCutcheon, and Harrison Brown. The midfielders, Hunt Henry, Henrik Johnson, and Colton Heinlein. In the defense tonight, Jackson Bond, Ford Blevins, and we're going to get a look at who is our...
Come on, Cade. This is live. This is live broadcast, Cade.
That's right. That's right. I'm losing it here. But Willie White in goal tonight for the Scots.
And thinking Rudder?
That's right, Luke Rudder, my man. I know we talked about it before dinner. We talked about it all over, but throwing me off tonight.
It's all right. It is all right. But I tell you what, this is where the business gets started, as Owen Leshevsky is down at the X for the Scots as play is ready to start here in Rockwall. I want to thank you guys for taking this game to Rockwall, Texas, because it is what I consider to be a hop, skip, and a jump.
It was very nice.
For
very
Mr.
nice.
Harrison to make his way over here to the stadium.
And for you to meet me for dinner, so kind to host me here at Rockwall. Scots get it started.
You know, I don't want to harp too much on the Jesuit game, but there's something that was taken from that Jesuit game for me. I think you get the early score, right? And then you battle your way back after that. And I think they never let their foot off the gas. And this is right here as I'm talking about it. You see it right down the pipe. And a score, I believe that was Hunt Henry, the captain, with the score.
Yeah, right away. And we're here with, what do we got, 22 seconds off the clock. And I think it was an offsides call. It was against Rockwall. That's going to be waved off. The goal is good. The goal is in the score is waved off. But my stuttering, sorry about that in the starting lineup. I should yield to the fact that Griffin Hamner is out of the lineup tonight from what we're told. Soreness in the foot. So IR tonight, game time decision.
This would be a game to let your guy heal up and get better. I think you're looking at the next 4 games?
Yeah, quick 4 games in 2 weeks with Rockwall and Southlake this week on Thursday, McKinney Allen next Tuesday, and then the big season ender a little more than a week away over at the Eagles Nest.
Oh, we are looking forward to that. ESD, always one of those great games where the reception is so warm. So warm. I love it. As the Scots are working on the clear. I was talking about the adversity that you saw a couple days ago versus Jesuit. They got scored on early. You had to climb out of their hole. You know that Coach Pressler was not happy about it. The defense really did respond.
They did, and you know this from your years in athletics. It's easy to get fired up, and the starters can get fired up against the starters. What gives everyone the trouble all year long is the depth that the Scots can go to. Going 6, 7, 8 deep at your midfield line, well, those starters are quickly worn out if you're only one line deep. And we saw that as we went into the second quarter last week.
Colton Heinlein controlling the rock, getting it to Harrison Brown. Harrison thought about it, but elected to pass it back. Look, they're just going to keep feeding it to him until he takes the shot. Finally, the rotation, and there it is. Cutter behind everything, and Colton Heinlein does easy work.
Yeah, James Allen and Colton Heinlein for the 1-2, and that's another one of those just catch and release. You like to say.
I love it.
We're close to the lake tonight, Heckma.
That's my fishing buddies, man, and that always works. When you see that, it's a no-brainer on that catch and release. Executing here early, 10:21 in the first quarter. Scott's up by 2. And so we are away from the cozy confines of the ninth wonder of the world. As Kate has already told me, I'm a little spoiled. And you.
Me too. I mean, look at me. I don't have a monitor one night. I forget the lineup that I've called all year, but for one player.
That's it. That's it. And it just seemed like you would have known that player because of.
I know. I look at you like a deer in the headlights, like you have a cue card for me.
Yeah, I do. You should have just told me who's the guy subbing for Griff. I could have told you that. I didn't know that's where you were going. But early 2-0 here for the Scots. As it is humid tonight, about 83 degrees, but plenty of humidity in the air tonight. There should be a little bit of rain. Hopefully it will hold off for us.
Yeah, that breeze is saving us right now.
Yeah, it is. Hunt Henry getting it back to James Allen. James Allen working behind the X. Facilitating out to Harrison Brown. Harrison Brown standing in the middle of the field.
Yeah, and keep an eye on that defenseman, Garrick Ankton, number 77. That's him with the ball. He's got that knee brace on. Phenomenal athlete. Has done really well in the past 3 or 4 years, and his stock has gone up. He's going to, I believe, have a college commitment opportunity. I'll check my notes.
Boy, Mac Dixon steps right in for the takeaway. Rockwall thought they were about to have a clear, and Mac Dixon says, not so fast.
And that's right, 77. That's Ankton, committed to Robert Morris University. So, fine young man, part of the Texas Nationals program.
Working things on the outside, working in close. Boy, McCutcheon, he was right there, but lost the ball on the head of his stick.
Yeah, right on the doorstep was McCutcheon.
And here is a clear and an offensive opportunity here for Rockwall, working their way inside, and Willie White definitely not threatened by that one.
And White hustles it out and gets the possession.
How about that?
Colin, you can't say this doesn't mean anything to these kids, eh? And that's what I like to see, Heckma. It's the discipline and the fortitude to bring it every game, no matter who you're playing.
And the Highland with the clear. 8:03 here in the first quarter. Scots up by 2. Harrison Brown working on the near side, getting him back to James Allen. Carter Sutton coming in from the wing. Oh, back inside. What a pass by Harrison Brown. Just not able to hit James Allen.
James Allen gets through there and picks up the garbage. Great job. Playing high level still, you know, on the ride. We've already seen that. And getting the ground ball second chance opportunities.
Trying to get a bouncer through is Harrison Brown. Again, 27 seconds now on the shot clock for the Scots.
You know, rare opportunity for us as a broadcast crew. Heckman and I are on the player sideline tonight behind the benches. Makes it a little tough to see at times, but we sure do hear a lot more.
Oh yeah, we get all the calls, and that is a laser for Carter Sutton in the white and black cleats. I'm having to get used to that. Now I'm not even just looking at shoes anymore for 12. I gotta look, I gotta know. That's Carter Sutton right there. Used to following the black cleats. So far, so good. 7:08. Scots up by 3.
Faria comes out. Mac Dixon, the LSM on the near side, and Dean Doolin, one of the usual shorties.
Same result, dominating there for JR as Scots again with another possession. They're basically going to be hogging the time of possession. We've been in plenty of games like this.
Yeah, absolutely, you do. You know, we talked about control the middle of the field. Certainly done it at the dot so far tonight. Not much opportunity for White from a save perspective. Certainly opportunity is his early change as Grady Gearing, the lefty junior, checks in.
Gearing on early. Boy, he had an open shot right there from our vantage point. Goes left.
You know, it is a chance, Hackman. I think we'll see it tonight. We'll certainly seen it here early for get down the bench tonight, get a lot of these kids some playing time, been committed to this program all spring, but not only that, get in and get some quality game reps as we get ready to head into the playoffs.
You talked about that a little bit last weekend, about guys getting those opportunities to get reps, and opportunities like this presenting itself. Get an opportunity to go deep into that bench. You're going to need that experience. Obviously, we've had those years where injuries do happen.
Absolutely.
Gearing with one that, boy, rings the pipe.
Once again, not over and back. That's a shot deflection off the pipe.
And a hustle for the loose ball as it is corralled by Rockwall. Early shot, not wasting any time. Another hustle to the inline for White.
Yeah, good tie up by Rudder there. Not letting that shorty get away from his grasp.
Kingston Poe controlling the rock on the near side for Rockwall.
Yeah, Kingston Poe, phenomenal attackman for Rockwall. We saw him last year.
Yes, we did.
Played well last year. He's committed to Utah.
And White steps right in and collects the trash, and we're going the other way. Oh, fast break transition opportunity for the Scots, but ball is corralled. They don't lose it.
Yeah, trying to hit Corbin Gray rather, trying to hit his partner midfielder, making his way up the field. And Hash Brown checks back in. 51
seconds now on the shot clock, as pretty much 4:36 here in the first quarter. Easy score again before I can even get my statement out. Was just talking about the time of possession and how the Scots are pretty much owning it here in the first quarter. 4:34, Scots up by 4.
Yeah, James Allen there on the doorstep like he's been able to do several games this year. Makes you a threat to shoot, makes you a threat to pass.
Back at the face-off for the Scots is number 6, Owen Leshevsky.
Yeah, a little mix-up here. We got Hunt Henry, the captain, senior Duke commit, on the wing. That's Shorty.
The Chefs hunts it down. Over the head there, as you see. Hunt Henry just trying to find that when he fishes it out of the ground and on his way.
Yeah, Hunt corralled it over there. I thought it was
thought that was out of bounds, going the other way.
Certainly close to going out of bounds, but I mean, you see there, Coach Preston not afraid to put a starter in, started captain him on the wing, and really kind of, that's not so much for tonight, but throughout the playoffs, he wants to see what he has at different positions, how guys respond to maybe being a little bit out there of the comfort zone and put in a different spot.
Back over the top. That was an amazing pass from James Allen to Harrison Brown.
Yeah, James Allen being involved a lot early, and Harrison Brown just cutting on that backside.
You know, 3:42, and I think Rockwall pretty much ball watching on that one. And you get James Allen with the pass over the top of the cage, and they can't stop it. Another opportunity here for the Scots. J.R. Faria down at the X.
Yeah, now Colton Heinlein, the shorty on the wing. We're just getting musical shorties out on the wing at the faceoff tonight.
Now's the time. How about that? Flip out from Faria again out to Colton Heinlein. 3:34 here left in the first quarter. Again, Scots just dominating time of possession.
Yep, and Rockwall staying in a man look for the most part so far. We'll see here as they back down towards the hub. Now they shift into a zone look.
You think for a team like that, for Rockwall, that would be better to be in a zone versus a man?
Yeah, in a situation like this, it's just the tough thing, and I've said it before, zone is about watching the ball, right? So you can get cut if all of your all 6 defenders' heads turn to look at the man at X. You can bet there's somebody behind you that's cutting.
As you saw on that last score.
And here you see all heads are down below, looking below GLE.
Oh my God. I mean, that is impressive from this level, man. Seeing it, how many times are we up in the press box and we see that shot? There's nothing that they could do about it. Another score, and that's 6-0 here, 2:50 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, Harrison Brown with that jumper is known for, that left-handed jumper. You know, he does it with that lane at about the hash mark. He does it from the 12 o'clock position. And again, I talk about it like a Major League Baseball pitcher or a pitcher in general. That hand comes over the top of his head, and the last thing, when the head is the last thing to come over, very difficult to judge and react as a goalie to where that ball's going to go.
All we say after that is good night, Irene. It is hitting the back of the net.
There we go. They shift into a mostly man here, but
low shot. I thought that one was going to be money for Harrison Brown, but again, Scots able to keep the rock. Another possession here for the Scots. Gearing on for the Scots. Working back to the middle of the field. Oh, great spin move. Well, they have better get somebody out here on Harrison Brown. Oh, spin move, inside, low shot, handled well by Rockwall.
And I'll just relate that one to the last shot attempt. Harrison rolls out, there's no one in front of him, and you can see he's going low. That's easy for the goalie to react to that one. So fastball coming in. versus a jumper over the shoulder, lagging that stick back. Much different situation. Good save by the keep.
Noah Dana with the clear for Rockwall. Dana now working on the far side. Being defended by number 11, Pierce Powers. Pierce Powers, man, he's been having himself a couple games here. Seen number 11 putting his impact on a few defensive stops.
Yeah, definitely. He's had such a great season. I mean, it's night and day over last year. I've said it to him. I've said it to Coach. I've said it to his parents. He really came out in his senior year and wanted to make an impact, and he's done so.
How about that?
Yeah,
that's switch.
That's Kingston Poe there, and
yeah.
he's put on a little size since last year. He's big, strong. Attackman at number 14. He's shifted up to that 12 o'clock spot.
Well, Sam Lee thought he had a shot there. He was right at White's knees, able to get the deflection.
And a reset for the Rockwall Heath team. Let's see Luke Rudder. He gets an opportunity. Highland Park in their man look, stretching out on glove as usual. It's Jackson Bond pushing his man on the near sideline down below GLE.
Jackson Bond with the Sports Center worthy play like a couple days ago against Jesuit.
Yeah, and what did we do? There's Ford coming out with one. I think we had 3 pole goals last year here.
Was it 3?
I think it was. There's something really going on with the poles.
Well, that is the end of the first quarter. Scots up by 6. We'll take a break for the end of the first and return for the beginning of the second quarter here on Game On Sports.
For over a century, we've been financing the American dream for those who dare to chase it. The job creators, the economic stimulators, the relentless entrepreneurs that refuse to be denied. For this we know, fortune favors the bold. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
They're like a super machine when you need to get a loan car. Getting out your booster seats, getting out your child care seats, getting out cleats, getting out bats, getting out balls. They are in, they are on, they are transferring it from one car to the other, and they make sure that they get you on your way. Being respectful of other people's times is a huge portion of making sure that the service that you provide is excellent. And it gives you peace of mind as a customer to make sure that they know what they're doing. I drive a Sewell.
Experience the Sewell difference for yourself today at Sewell Lexus in Dallas or Fort Worth.
Back in action here at Cain Middle School. Heckma Harrison alongside Cade Hamner. Cade has realized who Luke Rudder is.
Luke Rudder.
Luke Rudder's.
He's been with us all year. Fine young man. I just, you know, I think it's what you say. This is our second road trip of the year.
It is.
You get so comfortable at the house that, you know, the restrooms there, you got water, you know where your pens and pencils are. And then you get out here on a field, you got to do something on the fly. It's like you ESPN guys.
I'm telling you, man. Look, here's the deal. I didn't have my chocolate M&Ms ready for me when I got
told you,
here
he
either.
showed up. Y'all should have seen the prima donna that was Heckma Harrison tonight.
You know, I'm ready, right? I'm all thrown off around here, man. But so far, I tell you who's not thrown off, and that's the Scots, man. They came right in, and tonight, and I didn't even announce it, talk about being thrown off. Number 20, Hunt Henry with the magic stick. He got things started here, and after that, they just kept their foot on the gas. They're up 6-0.
Yeah, they've done so. And some guys are getting some rest tonight. I tell you, he's getting some rest to some of these D middies. We got Hunt at the wing. We've had Colton Heinlein at the wing.
A little bit of a change, huh?
A little bit of a change. Scots lead 6-0. We'll probably start to see some more substitutions coming in this quarter. Starters out for now.
Yes. Goalies get flip-flopped around as we are back down at the face-off to begin the second quarter. Same result there for J.R. Faria. Another possession for the Scots.
Yeah, look for them to, I think you're going to see a pole, a LSM at face-off here pretty quick, just to, you know, probably cut down on some of the sprint to the zone there. Of course, I mean, we saw Leshevsky. He was happy enough to sprint, grab it, and go back into his defensive zone, too. It's
Absolutely.
just all about, you know, possession and controlling the rock as Colton Heinlein moves it around.
Boy, a jump cut there from Heinlein. I thought he had an opportunity to shoot it, but instead he opts to pass back to Hunt Henry.
Yeah, Hunt with a good, strong right-hander there, just kind of below the waist of the goalie. He makes a good save.
And an opportunity here for Rockwall on offense. Hadn't got many.
There's a check. There's a check by Hunt. He's getting his work at two-way tonight, two-way mid.
Noah Dana going up against Hunt Henry. Whew, that one off of, was that the helmet? Yeah, shoulder pad, but either way, that was deflected high in the air. But still, the rock controlled now by Rockwall.
A strong shot there, going out of bounds. Rockwall retaining possession.
Now a timeout called on the field by Rockwall. Look, this is our first timeout. How about we take one with them, Cade? We'll take a timeout and return to action as play resumes here on Game On.
I take the cars to get washed frequently, not so much because they're particularly dirty, but because it's like visiting family every couple of weeks and having an hour to spend with friends. From the moment I pull onto the service drive or go into the showroom, there's always someone being polite and kind and friendly. I visit with 6 or 8 people who know me by name every time, and I know them by name. I will always drive a Sewell.
Experience the Sewell difference for yourself today at Sewell Buick GMC.
The best part about being a neighborhood bank is the neighborhood. It's the parks. It's the ball games. And it's the people we get to call neighbors. It's the friendly faces we see on the streets and in our lobby. Because at Benchmark, it's not about numbers. It's about neighbors. Our neighbors. Benchmark has your back. Benchmark Bank, family owned by Texans since 1964.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Beautiful evening for some lacrosse, man. How about this neighborhood? It's nice and quiet, man. It's almost like I feel like we're calling the Masters right now, Cade.
It is. I tell you
what are we using our inside voice for?
It is. It's very pleasant. Certainly different than the aura you get in the neighborhood there at University Park at Highlander Stadium. But man, I'm just loving the breeze. It's saving us right now, like you said, right here by the lake. It's humid. Chance of a pop-up thunderstorm, but right now very pleasant.
So far, very cleanly played. You had the earlier penalty. I think it was an offside, but they ended up calling that one back. And just like that, how about that? Noah Dana working his way to the middle of the field, and he's able to get one past White.
Yeah, Dana covered by Mac Dixon there. Mac Dixon giving him everything he had, and Dana able to get free and get a shot off and gets Rockwall on the board.
And one of those, I tell you what, we hadn't seen many offensive possessions here by Rockwall, but at 10-18, they finally get a score. And Noah Dana, a senior, we've been used to talking about him making these trips out here. Another opportunity at the face-off for the Scots.
Now Carter Sutton getting his chance at the midfield line.
Another win to face off for the Chef.
I'm just realizing that's more of a strategy of your offense is on the field, you're winning face-offs. Don't substitute out the shorty D and the LSM. Keep one of your starting midfielders on, and they've done that so far.
Laser shot from the outside.
That's Grady Gearing.
Grady Gearing says, man, put my name on the stat sheet, as he gets the score, 9:48, and the Scots up 7-1.
Yeah, Grady Gearing, we've kind of seen him be that fourth attackman at times this year, and he's that man tonight. gets on. He's a lefty attackman along with Harrison Brown, so he'll rotate in. He puts one on the board and comes out. Harrison Brown checks back in.
What a ton of confidence on that shot. He did not hesitate.
You know, I've watched that kid for years, and it's always been for him. I'm just waiting him to grow his confidence into his game. Such a fine young man and always a good player. And to see his shot get as hard as it's gotten and as fast as it's developed into in the last year has been very pleasing.
Yeah, so, I mean, Kate, you've seen a lot of these kids from Little League. I mean, from when they were little tykes running around, and now all of a sudden, big kids playing on varsity blue.
I tell you, the best thing is seeing a boy, a young kid, just develop into a young man, and the way they change and they grow, and it's so different. And really, it's about that, seeing them develop their personalities and socially and develop confidence, like I was saying about Grady Gearing.
Well, how about the defense there by Ford Blevins stepping in and just closing the door?
Yeah, and the Rockwall giving a little bit of a ride here.
Just a tad. Henrik Johnson controlling the rock with the easy clear. Colton Heinlein now working the middle of the field. Far side now by Harrison Brown as Scott's now putting that thing in rotation.
Yes, starter still in for HP.
Spin move.
See Ankton there sliding out on Hash Brown.
Well, you called it in that zone. When these guys turn their backs, they are just waiting for something bad to happen behind them.
You know, that's the real Achilles heel of a zone is, you know, you say in lacrosse all the time, don't get caught ball watching, and the key to a zone is watching that ball.
Now you're at 10 seconds on the shot clock. Back inside, and that is a shot attempt. How about that? The rebound comes right up to Henrik Johnson with maybe, what, a second or so?
Yeah, they get the 10-second call and roll around and get a shot off, and I thought it was going to at least give them a reset, but Henrik Johnson jumps up, gets the rebound, and puts it in the back of the net to make it 8-1.
7:42 left here in the first half. Scott's up big. Timeout taken by Rockwall. Will take one with him and return as action resumes.
For over a century, we've been financing the American dream for those who dare to chase it. The job creators, the economic stimulators, the relentless entrepreneurs that refuse to be denied. For this we know, fortune favors the bold. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Oh man, we're sitting here, we're watching replays, and I tell you what, that was phenomenal for all of you that got the replay at home. That was good stuff. How about that for a highlight reel moment for Henrik Johnson on that rebound and putback?
Yeah, I think it was Connor McCutcheon rolling down, if I'm not mistaken. Rolling as the shot clock wound down. Shot in the goalie stick. Goalie popped it up. Got a shot clock reset, but didn't need it.
Didn't need it as number 6, Owen Leshevsky, down at the faceoff for the Scots. Again, 7:42 left here in the first half, and the Scots on a roll. Mac Dixon and Carter Sutton out on your wings.
Still going with the shorty at the dot for Rockwall.
And that's Wyatt Sparks.
Yeah, Highland Park, as far as I know, 100% from the dot tonight between Leshevsky and Faria.
Another opportunity here. Grady Gearing coming on for the Scots, getting it back out to number 7, Colton Heinlein.
Yeah, Grady in as a midfielder here. Checks in out of the box. You get your 2 lefties in now.
Great job by James. He's just bringing the entire defense with him. Thought that was an opportunity there for Heinlein. Back to Harrison Brown.
HP really looking to take opportunities to move that ball around there. Carter Sutton from 12 o'clock.
Well, I tell you what, in that zone, as soon as those 2 guys converge and you get the ball to Carter Sutton, it is nothing but net in front of him, and he makes them pay.
Yeah, the Scots are doing their best to work that ball around, keep it moving, keep those passes and connections crisp like you're going to need in the next 3 games. And really, finally there, Carter Sutton at the 12 o'clock spot has a lane. Calls his own number, puts it in the back of the net.
You see the differences. They got Ankton, big old defender. He's out on Harrison Brown. Harrison Brown's just maneuvering all around him. I like what they're doing, but Harrison Brown is unbothered. They hustle over here, and Rockwall is going to have a possession.
Yeah, loose ball there, and that's J.R. Faria runs into the LSM coming in off the wing, and
ouch.
Good collision. They're both going for the ball. Nothing wrong with that.
Noah Dana with the pass to number 18, Eaker. And this is going to be loose ball turnover here for Rockwall.
Yeah, Finn Zilke and right in. Checks it into Blevins to Dixon.
Uh-oh. Just running into a little bit of trouble there. Mac Dixon not looking behind him.
There's Ankton, and he can move too. I've seen him several summers. He should have taken that shot.
He should have. Yeah. He hesitated way too long. Got into traffic and got his ball ripped. He's a big old kid, too.
Yeah, he's big. He can move down here. Let me tell you, that's a freight train coming once he gets ahead of steam.
Harrison Brown working on the outside again. Scott's in total control here in the first half. James Allen, long pass to Gray. Way to come around that screen for Harrison Brown. That was sick. That was sick. Oh.
Harrison Brown gets it and then just 3 steps to his left, dishes it back over his right shoulder to
that you see on the
Johnson.
Boy, on the replay, that was, I tell you what, coming around the defenders, and he makes the correct pass. And boy, what an assist.
You know, I think it's a natural tendency. Brown has the ball. That defense is naturally kind of moving with him. And an opportunity there as Johnson steps into his prior spot, and man, he's wide open when he gets that.
5:12 left here in the first as the Scots up by 9. Like you said, completely dominating at the faceoff. Chef with another one. Carter Sutton picking up the trash. Another opportunity offensively here for the Scots as they have just owned the time of possession. Number 17, Grady Gearing on for the Scots.
Yeah, we really haven't seen a need this year to develop a 4th attackman like they have in Gearing. But as you said, Heckma, you know, Harrison Brown really got his opportunity as a freshman because of the injuries to guys like Duncan Zilke and Parker Addison. And, you know, to get a guy like Gearing some work heading into this final 2 weeks and into the playoffs.
Going to be important.
Yeah, smart move. Obviously, veteran move by Pressler.
Get the thermometer out, guys. I mean,
yeah.
Come on now. I mean, I love it down here. That was incredible.
Yeah, great move there. Colton Heinlein gets gets a move on open lane as number 23 walks by us here, and he's in his shorts and shooter shirt too. That's Bodie Para. So Bodie Para getting the night off along with Hamner.
Oh man, I don't get a chance to say danger. I look forward to that. What a move. What great execution there for the Scots and score. Trying to work for the loose ball, and that's another one taken by the chef. He has got a couple different guys around him. He's trying to work for that loose ball and is now taken by Rockwall.
Yeah, clamp win by Rockwall. And possession never awarded. Finally, that win's probably going to go to Rockwall, probably their first. Ball gets loose. Rudder picks it up, and we're going back the other way.
Blevins on the clear. Long pass. That one's errant. Going to go out of bounds, and that's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, Blevins there. Let's get a little critical now. You know, that's you got to be making that full speed and make that connection there. Just a little bit out of the reach of that midfielder, but you got to thread it. Doesn't matter tonight. It's going to matter in the playoffs.
Another clear as Noah Dana controlling the rock here for Rockwall. 3:33 left in the first half. As we got a little laundry. How about that?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Didn't see what you calling offsides.
Offsides call on Rockwall. Goes back the other way.
So missed opportunity there for Rockwall as Scots Rudder across the field pass to Blevins and the clear. Back out to Finn Zilk.
Air getting thick here. Heckman,
it is
almost a fog-like feel.
Yeah, right here by the lake, you're going to get that effect. 2:45, a little early for that time.
Well, I checked my watch. I was like, is it 90 seconds yet? But
no, a little early here.
Coach Pressler is saying you can't take them with you.
The customary timeout taken here by Coach Pressler, and we'll pay some bills and return to action here shortly.
Sewell really does listen to you. You're not just a dollar sign to them, and they really listen to your needs. And if you tell them, hey, I'm just looking right now, I might come back in a month or two, I'm not ready to buy yet, they don't care if they're going to sell me a $50,000 car or $90,000 car. They don't really care about that. They care about listening to who I am and what I need. And I love that. I can't buy anywhere else. I won't buy a car anywhere else. I drive a Sewell.
Experience the Sewell difference for yourself today at Sewell Infinity in Dallas or Fort Worth.
2:45 left in the first half. Heckman Harrison alongside Cade Hamner as we are away from Highlander for a road trip, but guys taking care of business here, up by 10.
Yeah, enjoying this opportunity to call this game. It's like I said, not often that you, as a broadcast crew or a fan, even get the chance to be on the sideline with the benches. Obviously, the language is a little more sailor-like, but
yeah.
It's good to hear the calls, hear the shifts. Coach is correcting guys, as you would expect. Coach Pressler is serious tonight as I've seen him.
Well, he hadn't had to come unhinged tonight yet, so guys are taking care of business. Hunt Henry working inside, now to the middle of the field.
Miller Merritt checking in now, our third lefty.
Yeah, Miller Merritt on for Harrison Brown. Looking for a cutter. Great job getting that back to Colton Heinlein.
Yeah, slowly seeing some substitutions coming there, and Ankton saying, let me tell you something, sophomore. I'm going to take that.
Yeah, Ankton with the can opener. He takes it, and how about Rockwall with a little bit of momentum here, and a shot that hits the back of the net with 2:02 left in the first half.
Yeah, Miller Merritt just losing that ball for a minute, and he goes to pick it up, and Eric Yankton, he really saw that what he was going to do there, and the kid's good with his stick. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
I've watched him. He's able to go in there and get the scalpel in there, take it away, and transition the other way.
That was absolute surgery right there by Yankton, and tell you what, that's one of those momentum-changing plays for Rockwall as they get a win here at the face-off.
Yeah, face-off win following up. Make it, take it for Rockwall.
And just like that, Mac Dixon says, I'll take that now. Let's go ahead and shut this down. Back out to the other side for Connor McCutcheon. Still, like, ton of starters still sprinkled in here. But you can tell Coach Pressler trying to get guys some looks.
Yeah, you got Gearing and Foster checking in. The freshman Jack Foster checks in. He's down there at X now.
Foster working, trying to get back inside, and a quick look there by Johnson. Yankton with the long pass, but to the wrong team.
Yeah, it's not going to work out.
Back inside, money ball, and that is a score for the Scots as number 17, Grady Gearing, with another one.
Yeah, good follow through by, I saw that coming, cross check, but Gearing stayed with it. He got a score.
You know, that's one of those things where you're going to get hit anyway.
Yeah.
You're going to get hit anyway, so you may as well score.
A fast break like that, you see it coming, and it's, you're right, make sure it goes in the net.
And
referee's discussing whether that is two things, pre or post goal penalty, and whether that's shot to the head, which would lock it in.
That's going to be the goalie, Mitchell Meek. That's going to be in the sin bin. All right, so 1 minute.
1 minute penalty. And that was the goalie that came out. I thought that was a pole sliding, but goalie, and I'm the goalie. I'm gonna do the same thing. You know, if fast breaks coming to you, I've been getting beat all night. Got a chance to come out and maybe stop a goal.
Hey, Grady took that shot with a smile on his face. He knew it. He's like, "You're stepping out. I tell you what's going in behind you."
1 minute cross check for the keeper. Not locked in. Under a minute to play for Highland Park. Don't think Coach Preston necessarily cares about having no face-off in the second half, so I don't expect they'll move to hold the ball.
How about that? Flipping that one out for the chef. Is he going to call his number? Hunt elects to pass, slow it down as Harrison Brown's back on the field. James Allen back to Johnson. 34 seconds. Cutter Cummins.
Playing that tight hub, man down defense. 13 seconds.
Oh, found him. He was right there. Henrik Johnson just not able to get it. 7 seconds now.
And he's going to hold it if he's smart here. We'll see. And his coach, like Coach Preston, knows the rules. There was 4 seconds on the penalty. They held the ball at the end of a quarter. Rockwall will start with the ball, no face-off.
And that is the end of the first half. Scots in total control, up by 10. We'll take a break for halftime and return when action resumes here at Cain Middle School for more HP Lacrosse.
I take I take the cars to get washed frequently, not so much because they're particularly dirty, but because it's like visiting family every couple of weeks and having an hour to spend with friends. From the moment I pull onto the service drive or go into the showroom, there's always someone being polite and kind and friendly. I visit with 6 or 8 people who know me by name every time, and I know them by name. I will always drive a Sewell.
Experience the Sewell difference for yourself today at Sewell Buick GMC.
The best part about being a neighborhood bank is the neighborhood. It's the parks. It's the ball games. And it's the people we get to call neighbors. It's the friendly faces we see on the streets and in our lobby. Because at Benchmark, it's not about numbers. It's about neighbors. Our neighbors. Benchmark has your back. Benchmark Bank, family owned by Texans since 1964.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For over a century, we've been financing the American dream for those who dare to chase it. The job creators, the economic stimulators, the relentless entrepreneurs that refuse to be denied. For this we know, fortune favors the bold. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
They're like a super machine when you need to get a loan car, getting out your booster seats, getting out your child care seats, getting out cleats, getting out bats, getting out balls. They are in, they are on, they are transferring it from one car to the other, and they make sure that they get you on your way. Being respectful of other people's times is a huge portion of making sure that the service that you provide is excellent. And it gives you peace of mind as a customer to make sure that they know what they're doing. I drive a Sewell.
Experience the Sewell difference for yourself today at Sewell Lexus in Dallas or Fort Worth.
From the first time you pull in the driveway to the time you pick up your vehicle to the way the cashier handles the transaction, everything you touch physically in the dealership is quality. It just keeps layering in that your trust that you're dealing with a sincere organization, a sincerely well-managed organization. I drive a Sewell.
Experience the Sewell difference for yourself today at Sewell Cadillac.
The best part about being a neighborhood bank is the neighborhood. It's the parks, the games, and the friendly faces we see on the streets and in our lobby. Because at Benchmark, it's not about numbers. It's about neighbors, our neighbors.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For over a century, we've been financing the American dream for those who dare to chase it. The job creators, the economic stimulators, the relentless entrepreneurs that refuse to be denied. For this we know, fortune favors the bold. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
I take the cars to get washed frequently, not so much because they're particularly dirty, but because it's like visiting family every couple of weeks and having an hour to spend with friends. From the moment I pull onto the service drive or go into the showroom, there's always someone being polite and kind and friendly. I visit with 6 or 8 people who know me by name every time, and I know them by name. I will always drive a Sewell.
Experience the Sewell difference for yourself today at Sewell Buick GMC.
Sewell really does listen to you. You're not just a dollar sign to them, and they really listen to your needs. And if you tell them, hey, I'm just looking right now, I might come back in a month or two, I'm not ready to buy yet, they don't care if they're going to sell me a $50,000 car or $90,000 car. They don't really care about that. They care about listening to who I am and what I need. And I love that. I can't buy anywhere else. I won't buy a car anywhere else. I drive a Sewell.
Experience the Sewell difference for yourself today at Sewell Infinity in Dallas or Fort Worth.
The best part about being a neighborhood bank is the neighborhood. It's the parks. It's the ball games. And it's the people we get to call neighbors. It's the friendly faces we see on the streets and in our lobby. Because at Benchmark, it's not about numbers, it's about neighbors. Our neighbors. Benchmark has your back. Benchmark Bank, family owned by Texans since 1964.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
They're like a super machine when you need to get a loan car. Getting out your booster seats, getting out your child care seats, getting out cleats, getting out bats, getting out balls. They are in, they are on, they are transferring it from one car to the other, and they make sure that they get you on your way. Being respectful of other people's times is a huge portion of making sure that the service that you provide is excellent. And it gives you peace of mind as a customer to make sure that they know what they're doing. I drive a Sewell.
Experience the Sewell difference for yourself today at Sewell Lexus in Dallas or Fort Worth.
The best part about being a neighborhood bank is the neighborhood. It's the parks, the games, and the friendly faces we see on the streets and in our lobby. Because at Benchmark, it's not about numbers, it's about neighbors, our neighbors.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I take the cars to get washed frequently, not so much because they're particularly dirty, but because it's like visiting family every couple of weeks and having an hour to spend with friends. From the moment I pull onto the service drive or go into the showroom, there's always someone being polite and kind and friendly. I visit with 6 or 8 people who know me by name every time, and I know them by name. I will always drive a Sewell.
Experience the Sewell difference for yourself today at Sewell Buick GMC.
Thank everyone for joining us here on Game On Sports. Heckman Harrison alongside Cade Hamner. Cade, that first half, look, as obviously we could look for plenty of negatives, but I think when you're up by 10, you've been rolling from the first 2 seconds of this game. Really nothing to dissect in this one.
No, I think you did what you were supposed to do. Don't necessarily need any accolades for that. More importantly, you stay out of any trouble, stay out of being in the Coach P's doghouse. And now the second half, get further down the bench. Give those guys that haven't seen a lot of time this year some opportunities. Because, again, quality opponent here. Put your second, third line teams in. Let them get some chances because you're going to need them in the next 2 to 3 weeks as we finish out the season and head into the playoffs.
So to that end, you have a change in between the pipes. Mac Brooker makes his way out. I saw Conrad Noble in for the Scots, and also number 30, Cook Chillian on for the Scots.
Cook Chillian, so Rudder now the veteran on the field for the moment. Remember, Rockwall's going to start with the ball here, so we're going to start with our 2 short stick D-mids on the field as well. You got Finn Zilke and Corbin Gray.
So there, let's see here, Mitchell Meek, who is the starting goalie for Rockwall.
And this is Rockwall's penalty, a man-up situation for Highland Park, where they lose the ball, and the rule is possession at the end of a quarter.
So just like that,
while on a penalty.
Meek burns the penalty. He's running back to the cage. But an opportunity here for Rockwall.
Yeah, and Poe immediately breaks down to the crease and gets to GLE and spins it.
Thought he had an opportunity, but Rudder was there to meet him. Finn working from behind, as that is a score to start things off. 30 seconds as Rockwall is able to hit the back of the net.
Yeah, there Finn ties him up, gets his stick inside his arm good, lifts up. You didn't get the defensive slide he was expecting. That's okay. That's why these guys are in here. They need to be in there. They need to talk together. The times when they're in individually, they're with those veterans and Bond and Hamner and Blevins. So that's okay.
Here's a good sign. Number 18, J.R. Faria is back in. We saw him hitting bump knees and had to go to the sideline for the entire first half, but he's back on now for the Scots with another victory.
Good to see that. 3 shorties on the faceoff there. Coach Presser deciding just to keep 2 offensive middies on the wings.
JR able to corral that pass.
So a starting midfield lineup there, basically taking your faceoff, and you've got a couple of switches down. They got a little first half work too. Gearing and Jack Foster, the freshman, in.
Henrik Johnson's pass is over here to number 17, Grady Gearing. Gearing's had himself a game.
Yeah, 2 goals already, a good first step there. See what the freshman can do.
Trying to work his way back top side is Jack Foster. Hunt Henry, again, 30 seconds now on the shot clock. Dancing around, hands free. Looked like he had an opportunity. And I tell you what, he takes the shot anyway. How about that for some fancy footwork there for Hunt Henry on the score?
Yeah, I think he's dancing around down there and seeing that lane every time. And think, I'm going to get him one of these times and finally, no need to pass. I'm going to juke once and it'll stay open.
How many times did he have that? Maybe like 2, 3 times on that spin move, but he finally makes him pay on the third one. Again, Scots matching that score here by Rockwall. Still up by 10.
Yeah, and another offensive midi line here. No LSM. Heinlein and Gray, the shorties, and Leshevsky. He tries to take it to the house.
Call your number, Chef. Oh. Say no one's getting in the doghouse tonight. I hear you, Owen.
Speaking of fancy footwear there, I mean, it looks like Owen, he got him some nice new cleats. Those are not his.
Those not his, okay.
He hasn't had those all season.
How about that, man? These guys are switching up on us old guys, man. You don't have your glasses on tonight, but I definitely keep mine on.
You know, the contacts. You know, when I'm at Highlander, I take the contacts on, put on my distance glasses. I'm nearsighted, so I need those glasses for distance. I figured at field side tonight I'll be okay, knowing that Rockwall would be in white.
For all you guys who are watching us at home tonight, I know we sound like we're a little subdued. It's just quiet out here. We're having a hard time screaming with as quiet as it is out here. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I feel like the home stands on the other side of the field can hear our commentary.
I think they can. I think they can. How about that? Trying to work the clear, but there's an errant pass. Can they chase it down? Rockwall working for the loose ball. Back inside, trying to get one off on Brooker. Brooker, that's a good job stepping in front of it.
Yeah, Brooker takes it to the gut and saves it. He's got Noble on the far side. He's easy to pick out.
Yeah, tallest thing on the field.
And then over to Thompson Branner. He gets it across midfield.
Last time we were here, how many long pole goals you said there was? 3?
I think it was 3 in the game. Hadn't seen any tonight, but I think it was 3. I think Boyer, Bond, and Hamner at least last year.
Hunt Henry controlling the rock. Again, 10-point lead. You've talked about this a lot. Look, not calling it prevent, but look, burn a little bit of that clock. You see him use a little bit of it here. Pass back inside, catch and release by Johnson. And great hustle there to the end line by number 15, the freshman Jack Foster.
Yeah, 80-second reset. You know, if you're scoring a lot, I mean, it's, you know, it takes 30, 45 seconds every time to get up to the face-off, have it face-off. It can make for a long night if you're not burning some possession clock while you have it.
Foster with the pass back to number 7. Working inside is Heinlein. Hesitation coming right across Henry. Oh, man, that's beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff.
And there's, I tell you what, that you know, Harrison Brown has made that signature shot. We saw James Allen do it last week. Now we're seeing Hunt Henry do it. You break down to GLE, you go lateral on GLE, you wait for the goalie to come out, and you dish it over the top. And then Hunt draws the cross check as well.
You know, Mitchell Meeks, we've seen him step out. You know, he'll step out to contest.
Yeah, and that was, they're going to wave that off. They're going to say it was a push in the back. Not coming from the goalie, perhaps coming from Ankton. Coming before the shot, it's ruled. Goal is good, penalties waved off.
Another opportunity to continue to dominate here for the Scots at their face-off. Didn't see who that was. It looks like J.R. Faria back out there, and a win. Will he call his number? He does. Come on, guys, all that winning. Get a shot off.
Yeah, you can't ever blame a Fogo for taking the shot.
Miller Merritt in now for the Scots.
Yeah, Miller Merritt, he's wanting back in, he better watch it. Ankton will get him again. Get him again.
Oof. All you hear is just the love taps from Ankton.
He's a big cat out there.
Oh, man, that one came right off the head of the stick.
Ball is loose. Finally picked up by McCutcheon. And
McCutcheon just trying to dance around all that pressure out there. They got numbers. Great dodge. Thought about when that one bounces off. Does it hit Ankton?
It did, and reset the shot clock.
How about that? McCutcheon standing behind everybody, and the ball just squirts right out to him. Right place, right time for McCutcheon. As another possession here for the Scots.
Finally, an errant pass down inside. I'll give the.
Yep, that's exactly what that was. And Meek collects it and gets it out in transition for Rockwall. Let's see if they can make something of it. 6:16 here in the third quarter.
Poe waiting for his substitutions to check in, and Rudder coming out on glove.
He is meeting his man at the bench. Well, trying to get around. That was a low shot, but.
Yeah, low shot there for Poe, and Brooker makes the save. And
it's a penalty.
Illegal body check, looks like.
All right, so looks like they're going to get
Noble. Get the tall man. That's what it was, an illegal body check there. Just sliding and getting a little love.
That's all.
Center or power forward.
That's all.
Gives a little love in the paint. Nothing wrong with that.
That's all he's doing.
And he forgets that he's got to go have a seat first.
hadn't had many of those. You know, Griff, he just goes right over there. Griff knows that area well.
Well, they keep his water bottle in there.
Quiet guy working there for Rockwall.
First man down situation for the Scots tonight.
See if they take advantage of it. Man down defense back out there for the Scots. As you see Jackson Bond back on, Blevins on. Oh.
And like we say, you know, it's a special teams look, so your starters come immediately back on when you go to your man down look. Due to the fact you don't run generally multiple lines of your specialty, man up or man down.
Well, they're going to burn this penalty.
Yeah, they're trying for a skip pass there to try to make hay, and doesn't work, and the Scots are able to kill it.
It's a great job defensively, burning that penalty. Again, man down, you bring your starters back in, and they do a great job of executing. Got to get across. Whew.
Yeah, Scots got time to spare. A little pressing, but they had about 7 seconds left. That's an eternity in defensive clearing land.
Dude, don't tell them that, boy. I was looking around.
I thought you were feeling the stress too.
It was.
So you got a
I'm
little
about to run out there. A little too close to the action. Hunt hitting the brakes. Again, 35 seconds now on the shot clock.
Yeah, this team just to be in, you know, playoff form, well beyond midseason form, just cranking on all cylinders generally.
That one trying to pass that through traffic, got lost. Rockwall trying to work for the clear.
Good ride by.
Yeah, making it tough.
That's Brooker.
Yeah, Hutch Brooker.
The elder Brooker checking in now. He'll be out in front of his brother as the LSM.
Kingston Poe dancing over here near the near side, and I believe a timeout is going to be called. 3:06 left here in the third quarter. Oh, no, that's not a timeout. I do apologize. Thought that was initially the call.
Yeah, I thought it was too, and it certainly is what Rockwall was going for. Coach Presser yells something to the referee and obviously was right about a rule, and it was immediately reversed. It went over my head, but HP with possession.
Colton Heinlein working on the clear, getting it back down to Grady Gearing. Heinlein working, great slide coming for Rockwall. Heinlein back to Carter Sutton, right off Carter Sutton's stick, getting that to Miller Merritt.
Yeah, Miller Merritt, he's the cutter on the inside and gets a shot off that bounces in front of the goalie.
Coming around the screen, Carter Sutton may have had an opportunity there, but elects to pass behind X.
Colton there, hand drill.
Thought he was about to let that thing go. He slipped. Carter Sutton working that one, going out of bounds, and that's going to be a turnover.
You know, and I'm okay. Those, you're not connecting every time here, but they're really pushing it. You know, this late in the game, you're up big. Really push yourself to have good connections, good passes. Take some chances here.
You saw the Bulldog ride, and they took that one away quickly. There it is. Pay dirt. 143, another score for the Scots.
Yeah, Jack Foster getting in the game.
And a star is born here in Rockwall. Jack Foster with the score. 143. Scots now up big.
Maybe I'm just hungover from the Masters call.
Is that what it is?
You know, it's just you still really got to kind of keep it quiet.
I'm telling you, it's a little different feel. What you think about that, man? You should watch the Masters, right?
I did, of course. I thought
you know what I said?
Scotty was making a run.
You know what? I said we needed to send the brownie to Scheffler. That's what we needed.
did.
He needed the brownie on that putt where that thing was right there. The brownie would kick that thing in, right?
It was an inch away from, and had that gone in, it would have gone to a playoff. Because
was that eagle or would that have been birdie for him?
I'm not sure, but it was for a stroke.
Okay.
And then Rory, who went into the 18th with 2 strokes and dropped a stroke because he hit it into the woods there, would have tied it up. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know, the brownie not showing up at Augusta National for our boy
I
Shep.
was so sick. That thing was an inch away from falling into the hole. I thought I was going. I'm like, man, if that would have been at HP, that thing would have fell.
It would have.
Dink. Man, Masters was awesome yesterday. Rory McIlroy, back-to-back championships.
Yeah, only the 4th.
Another opportunity here at the face-off as we talk about golf. But Scott's up here big, up by 13.
And there's throwaway there, just not what you want to see. That's not taking a chance. That's just kind of going to sleep on it.
Well, as you see everyone hustling.
Yeah, good hustle by Rudder there to get down inside the crease and not let Rockwall get an opportunity.
Well, and they take it back, and that's Quad Guy. We had 33 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
Good defense by Rudder, keeping Poe out of the crease.
Trying to keep Poe out, and boy.
Yeah, he got close and got him one. Went just over the, not sure, don't have the benefit of replay standing out. I don't know if that was over the right shoulder of Brooker or the left knee. In any case, good strong shot by Poe, their best offensive player, and he's not denied. Denied is they make it 16-4.
Yep, 16-4 with 16 seconds left. And another score here by Rockwall. Another face-off opportunity here for the Scots. Another hustle for the loose ball, taken by the Scots.
Yeah, Chef there on the hustle after losing the clamp.
Come on,
gets
Chef.
around it. And
come on, Chef. Oh. I mean, these guys work so hard on the face-off. I want to see them make one. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Scots in control, up by 12 here in Rockwall. We'll take a break here for the end of the 3rd and return for the beginning of the 4th here on Game On Sports. Fourth quarter set to begin. Heckma Harrison alongside Cade Hamner. And this is, I'll tell you what, you've had a few miscues, things that you've seen here, but other than that, Scots really have been taking care of business. One thing about it, one thing you see being over here on the sideline is Coach Pressler. Literally every moment, every second, he is talking to someone.
Yeah, always coaching.
Yeah.
Always coaching. You know, I said it earlier talking about the pole goals last year. I mentioned Ben Boyer, our
Big Ben,
Charlottesville boy at UVA now, and want to wish him the best. I know he's listening tonight. He had an opportunity to host the Henry family, who was in town for the women's UVA game there, watching Boston College this week. Heard a lot of good things. Been always the gentleman, always the tour guide. Has to come out and show them the town, the Boyer family, fine folks.
The Big Benji. Oh, man, I tell you what, plenty of calls there, young man. If you are listening, boy, wherever you are great. Continue it. Another opportunity here again at the face-off. JR, Faria, and Owen Leshevsky they've been taking care of business.
They've done so. I think they won by my count, lost one. I'm sure my stats are off somehow.
Another one, I thought Carter had that one on the move.
Yeah, good pickup by Corbin Gray.
Oh, great feed inside.
That looked like Foster had that, bounced off the pole, then the goalie, and never broke the plane.
I've done so good over the years not yelling for mom goals, and I almost did right there. And I would have blamed it on the vantage point.
Good spin by Merritt there.
Thought he was going to let that one go, but he elects to get it back to Gray.
You know, he's got the frame of a Sean Brown. Talk about another UVA kid, ESD Sean Brown. Miller Merritt, tall 6'4" kid, able to break down and stop and spin like that's pretty impressive.
Well, you talk about nightmares. Sean Brown. Gosh, I looked over my shoulder as soon as you said that. I automatically turned around. There's one. Carter Sutton. That's a better dream right there. Carter Sutton with the score. Yeah, he's Sean Brown. God. Oof. Man, that kid was another one of those amazing players. The score 17-4, 10:49 here in the fourth quarter.
And you wonder why you keep seeing these starters out here on the midfield line. Scots have 3 midfield lines on the offense. You see them. You know, they're out there. They have to keep coming in. You can't put long poles in there. You know, you can't put goalies in. So, and I've said it before, why we see those other teams tire out so much. We've got, when you're rotating 9 midfielders in.
Yeah, it's just coming at you in droves.
You know, the pace of play, the skill level doesn't change. I mean, it'll wear your starting 3 out pretty quick.
So there's a push on Quad Guy. So man up opportunity here for the Scots.
Man up unit, they keep gearing out there. Let's see, keep Jack Foster out there down at X. He tries to.
Yeah, Foster trying to get
skip pass up top, and
yeah, trying to get that one to Heinlein. Heinlein needed to be at least 6'5" to bring that one down.
You know, but that's a chance I don't mind taking. You know, you're trying to get in form. You know, he's not getting a lot of chances, probably at practice or other games with the starter. So
yeah,
to have a guy down at X and a freshman and take some chances to make some feeds. Perfectly fine with that. And just as I say, I'm fine with that. Pressler says, I'm not. Come out.
Come right over here and talk
checks
to him.
Miller.
Oh, yeah. He's going to check his pulse right away.
Yeah, we can see him. He's, I want to be clear, I'm not the coach, folks. When I'm okay with something, that does not mean it was the right move.
As we can see right now, the freshman is over there soldered to the coach as he is finally released, and there's a hustle to the end line as Rockwall is going to keep the possession. Branner defending for the Scots.
Wow. Initially, yeah, good trail check by no-brainer there, but he doesn't get all of it and just kind of releases a little too soon.
Noah Dana, boy, has been a one-man wrecking crew out here for Rockwall. I do believe that may be the hat trick for him.
Yeah, for sure. That's at least 3, and Poe's got 1.
.924 left in this one.
17-5. Scott's up by 12. Let's see who's out there. J.R. Faria at the dot. Gets a hold up there.
It's easy work for J.R. The captain, Hunt Henry, controlling the rock with a pass back to Geary.
Foster back in. Back in soon enough. You had to come out and take your medicine, and
he did that.
Quickly get back in. There is Colton Heinlein with the man ball move there. He's the man and the ball. Posts him out and gets the loose ball.
Almost a turnover, but again, Scott's controlling the rock on offense.
You know, and Rockwall staying in man defense most of the game.
Hello,
you know,
Miller Merritt.
Yeah, Miller Merritt with a good
I'm sorry,
15-yarder.
I interrupted that.
No, you didn't. That's good.
Miller Merritt with the spin move, and he unloaded that one. As Cade is DJing. Another score as Owen Leshevsky makes his way out to the faceoff.
But, you know, stay in a man defense. You know, work on your game. It's an opportunity to do well. And it's, you know, Scott's in Highland Park Lacrosse, big supporters of everything that is Texas lacrosse. You know, Highland Park doing well this year, moving up in the rankings. That's exposure for all of Texas, and for these kids to get an opportunity to play at a team playing at a high level, it's work on your game, always improving your game, and that's Rockwall's not shying away from it tonight.
And you could tell, man, over the years, this is a program that's been building. You know, You see these guys getting better and better. A lot of the guys are starting to graduate now, as you see guys like Jarek Ankton. We've been talking about him for years and years.
Yeah, they have 2 college commits on this team out here. That's good stuff. Good movement up there from Brooker to Finn.
Back inside, and again, another catch and release. I love it when it happens like that. The freshman, Jack Foster.
They're going to wave him off.
What are we doing?
Say landed in the crease. Landing in the crease is fine after the goal. I think it's probably a little little benefit of the doubt call going to the team that's down, but
okay. And 7:17 left in this one, and Rockwall is going to elect to take a timeout. Cade, I think, will take one with him and return here in Rockwall after this.
From the first time you pull in the driveway to the time you pick up your vehicle to the way the cashier handles the transaction, everything you touch physically in the dealership is quality. It just keeps layering in that your trust that you're dealing with a sincere organization, a sincerely well-managed organization. I drive a Sewell.
Experience the Sewell difference for yourself today at Sewell Cadillac.
7:17 here left in the fourth quarter, and Scott's up big by 13. Rockwall taking a timeout, maybe just trying to execute something here, but either way, the Scott's defense, even doesn't matter who the substitutions are, these guys have been coming in and playing pretty solid. You're getting an opportunity to see the next guys in line here as they wave that one off. I didn't like it, and Jack Foster's goal gets waved off. So he landed in the crease violation. I didn't see it, but okay.
Yeah, and he's big on it. Coach Presser I've said it ad nauseum because he says it. You're always coaching next year's team. This time right now, this is not about this year. This is not about the playoffs. This is not about finishing out the season strong. This is an evaluation of next year's talent, right? In essence, you're always looking at next year.
And that guy right there, number 24, he's going to be around. You get a chance to see a lot of him.
Yeah. Finn Zilke, all of these sophomores, this is their, they call it kind of air quote, your recruiting year. They can start to hear from colleges September 1st of their junior year.
Oof. Trying to take Finn out.
And there you go. I mean,
Finn's still able to unload it. Yeah, a lot of these guys are going to have colleges hot on the trail for these guys, man. So much talent.
Yeah, so they go into the summer after their sophomore year is their big year. Coaches line the sidelines. They're at the showcases. They're at the tournaments with their charts and their clipboards, writing down who they want to talk to and who they want to call on September 1st or thereafter. And Finn Zilke's definitely going to get some activity.
Hunt Henry being bounced around, boy, trying to get his hands free. Heinlein, Johnson, whoa, what a fake.
Yeah, a little fake three-pointer there, get the guy to jump.
Yeah, you see that pump fake, and he got everybody off. But how about that? This is Rockwall corralling the loose ball in a possession. Not a lot of pressure. Well, I say not a lot of pressure being presented on the ride, and here it comes. Well.
Yeah, this is doing the ride with next year's team. There it is. Failure to advance.
Failure.
Does it mean anything tonight? No. Does it mean anything for the score? No. Is it a group beyond your starters getting in and doing the ride? Absolutely it is.
Well, McCutcheon looked like he had a great look. How about the interception and turnover?
Yeah, it just causes confusion. So the next time they come out and they say, we're going to have to clear it faster, results in another turnover.
There you go, Connor. And McCutcheon, I think he'd had to get that one back, and he was patient about it, and look, gets the score.
Second and third chance opportunities are often where the goals are found.
Scott's up big here by 14, 5:14 left here. Just promise me we will never make another call this quiet again. Okay, this is weird. This is weird. I don't like it. I just feel like I got.
I'm sure there is a natural mic on for you folks at home, but it's dead quiet out here. That is not. Don't adjust your set.
We hear crickets. How about the whistle? As Rockwall's going to have possession.
Yeah, push comes there against J.R. Faria, so Rockwall gets possession against the UMass commit.
Kingston Poe with the rock on the far side for Rockwall.
And Luke Rudder out there on him once again.
Hey, doing a pretty solid job tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I like what I see in Rudder.
Yeah, and that's just getting thrown out the club right there by Carter Sutton.
Carter Sutton going two-way midi here.
Rudder again, just not allowing him to get past the screen.
Yeah, Poe doing everything he can to work inside. Finally heaves one.
26 seconds left on the shot clock here. Branner defending behind X.
Good read by Branner there. He didn't bite. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Rockwall.
He better make a decision. Can't get his hands free. He's in jail right now.
Yeah, that's cooked chili and all over him, and results in a desperation shot. No harm, no foul. Shot clock was up, so Scott's will go to full length here.
Didn't announce it, man. We got a change at the goalkeeper as Ford Crossland is in now for the Scots.
Yeah, that's Crosland. Now everybody dressed tonight has played.
Quick pass, quick action. Meek right there. Another opportunity for a score.
Yeah, Colton Highland with a quick shot inside. HP can't get the rebound. See if they can get to the 20 marker.
Well, they've been forcing this failure to advance on that last one. Not a whole lot of pressure, and you see them maybe. No, they got it this time.
Yeah, they get across.
Uh-oh.
Three minutes to play. Scott's up by 14.
Only starter that's in now is Rudder, I believe.
Good job by Noble there, checking his man at GLE. There's Heinlein. He's going two-way now. Finn steps in.
Oh, man, looking for the takeaway. Loading up a shot was number 14, Kingston Poe, and he's able to get that one past Crosland.
Well, no goalie on our team's had a shutout tonight, so that's okay. He's in good company. Rockwall not quitting, going down to the wire here.
2:27 in this one. Left in this one, 6-19 the score. Man, I feel so bad for you guys. That long trip y'all got to take back.
I know how you feel, man.
Oh, man. Oh, man. How about that drive?
That's true. Fred Garner said you can help roll up with him, I guess.
Yeah, I heard that too. Hunt Henry with the clear. Easy work again. About some guys having a night. Number 17, Grady Gearing's had himself a game.
Yeah, good work for the junior. Former captain of the gold team, came up this year and has been a real role player, but has really increased his skills.
You see guys relish those opportunities, and when they get them, they get in just like you just saw from Gearing, man. When he's gotten his opportunity, he's taking advantage of it. I love to see that. I saw James Allen do the same thing last year.
Right. And James, I mean, steps right into a starter role this year as a captain. It's, you know, some guys on this Highland Park team, this program that's so deep in talent, you don't get a chance to a senior year sometimes. Sometimes beyond that, sometimes you're a role player as a senior, but every man an important part of this squad. You don't see what goes on during the week and how these guys go 10 on 10 against each other. Full field, up and down.
I'm sure that's brutal.
And that's what makes your defense good. So it makes your offense good. Really, iron sharpens iron.
55 seconds left in this one. As Quad Guy trying to look for an opportunity to put another point on the board for Rockwall. And a bouncer scores for Rockwall. That's number 5, Dylan Rance with the score.
Rockwall hanging in there. Defense, this defense that's out there, giving them a chance to huddle up. They got to be vocal. One thing that, you know, I think coach is going to be critical of. We talk about it's quiet out here. I'm not hearing the defense talk right now like you should. You really got to communicate, you know. Call out the slides, whoever you're against, whatever the time on the clock remaining. Faria gonna have one more win for the Scots.
And this one, Rock now controlled by Hunt Henry. was just going to burn it.
Yeah, Hunt probably content to burn it unless he sees an underclassman on the inside that needs a stat. And they're going to do so.
Well, as they let the time expire, Cade, give us some thoughts on what you saw tonight and how you feel like this team could be much better, because we got another game this week.
Yeah, for sure. You know, say it at the beginning of the game. It's good that you don't got to back up. You don't got to eat your words or anything. Come out and handle business. Win the matchups you're supposed to win. Look disciplined. Look in control. Look poised. Look crisp and clean. You got that from all your starters tonight, right? Likewise, once you start to go down the bench working on next year's team, you got to have the same things. For the most part, we got that. I think there's some coaching moments that coach is going to have on film as you get late in the game. Maybe opportunities for those underclassmen to step up and lead with each other while they're out there. When they don't have junior and senior leadership out there with them to, you know, you got to talk. You got your goalie has to be calling out the sets, things like that. So some things to work on. All in all, playoff form. I'm happy with it. Keep rolling, going to the next one. We got South Lake at the house on Thursday.
South Lake at the house. Can't wait to see the Dragons at Highlanders. No place like home. I want to say thank you to everyone involved, all the guys on the truck, Cookie for hooking up the sound, Fred Gardner for wearing his tuxedo even when we take it on the road. I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and for my buddy Cade Hamner, I want to say good night and God bless all of you.
You be careful driving too, brother. I know you got a long one.
I ain't got a long one. Good night, guys.